Hey, help support the show by joining the Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. Also, hit that like button to subscribe if you want more Cavs-focused content. Cavs just won their 10th straight game. Again. Cavs are now 31-4, 18-1 at home total, and are heading into a juggernaut battle versus a red-hot Oklahoma City Thunder team that's also on their own 15-0 streak. The two best teams in basketball collide on Wednesday on ESPN. This is going to be fun because both these teams are playing good. I would argue the Cavs over the last couple of games have cooled off a little bit, though, right? They're going to have to tighten it up a bit to play at the level that they need to play at to beat Oklahoma City Thunder. They kind of let Dallas hang around a little bit more than they should. They also tonight kind of let Charlotte hang around a little bit more than they should. Not to say that the Cavs played bad basketball in either of those games. They didn't, but they weren't as crisp and as clean with the basketball as they usually are. And we just got to also take this and understand this. The Cavs are a 31-4 basketball team. The things we're going to talk about the Cavs need to improve or the Cavs need to get better at, they're going to be much smaller, right? Because the Cavs have so much that they're doing well. So if it feels like I am nitpicking at things or pointing at things that like might be small here that aren't going well here, it's probably because those things are small. But when you're this good, those things do matter. Another thing that happened in this game, Cavs didn't shoot super well from three-point, 34.9% today from three, which is below their average, right? When they lost those two games, well, the 3 games in that tight span that they lost to Boston and 2 games against Atlanta, that was also when the Cavs' three-point shooting dipped a little bit. So keep an eye on that as the Cavs head into this game versus the Thunder. Like, does the three-point percentage stay where it needs to stay? Does it dip a little bit? Darius and Donovan shot the ball pretty well tonight. George Niang shot the ball fine. Max Strus went 1 of 5. I think that's really the big thing there. Ty Jerome shot fine. Caris LeVert went 1 of 0 for 3. So Caris LeVert had a down night. Max Strus had a down night. Evan Mobley only 1 for 6 from 3, had a down night. That really tanked the percentage there. But overall, Cavs played really good again. We're really seeing Jared Allen, you know, the guy I've dubbed as the garbage man. If you don't know why I call Jared Allen the garbage man, it's because the garbage man is the most important person in society that does not get any love. Because let the garbage man not show up for 2 weeks, you're going to feel it, right? You're going to feel it more than any other public resource imaginable if the garbage man don't show. Because he does all the little things that keep the train going, that keep things going regular. 19 and 11, nice little double-double. I thought he had some good moments on defense. Evan Mobley, 17 of 5. Had some really nice moments on defense, had 2 blocks in this game. Jared Allen also with 2 blocks apiece in this game. Darius Garland was the high man for the Cavs, 25 points on pretty decent efficiency, 8 of 14, 4 of 7 from 3, made all of his free throws, 2 assists, only 2 turnovers for Darius Garland. And then Donovan Mitchell, he didn't have to do too much. Overall, the Cavs didn't have to do too much. They didn't play anybody over 30 minutes in this game. Caris LeVert got 25 off the bench, 25 minutes off the bench, not 25 points. Max Strus got 25 minutes. Max Strus was out here trying to dunk. I don't know why Max Strus was out here trying to dunk is hard. Like, he tried to jam on like somebody like a couple of times. Don't know why that was the case. He missed both of those dunk attempts. One of them like was on a fast break, and he just like had the ball hit the rim, and that is the most embarrassing way to not dunk a basketball. Like, as a non-dunker myself, that shit hurts when you see somebody else do it. Ty Jerome, I thought he had a nice night, right? 2 of 5 from 3. Didn't really do much from the field, but when he made those points, it was pretty necessary. So I thought Ty played well. Caris gave you only 2. 10 points from George Niang. He shot the ball pretty well. And this is what I mean with the Cavs, like bench dominance. They can play 4 different guys 20 plus minutes. And that means that you're going to get production out your bench. You're going to get 20 points out your bench just because of that. Tonight, the Cavs got 29 points from their bench, out on top of getting double digits from everybody in their starting 5 except for Dean Wade, who made 2 of his 4 three-point attempts. And also, Dean Wade is kind of an unsung hero with the Cavs because I've noticed the Cavs defense with him is so much better. I think that's because he has the length and the defensive ability of a traditional wing. I think having him and Caris, especially, it matters. Isaac Okoro also matters for this team, but him and Caris, like, I think at minimum you need them. If you need 2 of the 3, right? You need Caris, you need either Caris, you need Dean Wade, or you need Isaac Okoro. You can keep 2 of the 3 healthy. You don't really have as much as a problem on defense with like length that teams offer, right? Because that's the one thing the Hornets do have is a ton of length, right? LaMelo Ball, super long. Brandon Miller, super long. Miles Bridges, super long. They got a lot of length on that team. So I was wondering how the Cavs would respond to it. For the most part, they responded pretty well. Also, another thing with this Cavs team, it's got to be hell to play them because you have to play such focused basketball when you play the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is why ultimately the Cavs will likely be a 65 plus win team or a 60 plus win team in the regular season, because in order to beat the Cavs, it not only takes that you shoot well, but it takes a certain level of discipline and focus to beat the Cavs. Like, I think the only teams that are going to be a threat to beat the Cavs are the top teams in the NBA this year, because it just takes so much to go right and so much focus. Because, like, if you are a team and you take a play off here or you take a play off there, or you get tired, right? You run your guys out on the court too long and they get tired for a couple of minutes. All of a sudden, you can look around at that scoreboard and what was a 4-point game has ballooned into a 16-point game. Like the Cavs, if you start to sleep a little bit, since they are so well conditioned, since they have so many athletes, since they have so much depth that they don't have to run their guys into the ground every night, if you get a little tired, the Cavs can start to run the floor with you, and then you're going to get tired on defense and leave somebody wide open. Cavs have so many guys who can make open shots that they're going to smack those threes. It is very difficult to beat the Cavs, and that's the main part. Like the Hornets in this game, first quarter, they were keeping up with the Cavaliers, and they did a good job of like defending them. They came back. The Cavs got up like 10 early, and then they came back, tied the game up, eventually took the lead. And then like the Hornets blinked, and then the Cavs were up 15. Because you just can't give the Cavs any extra time, any extra seconds, any minutes. You just can't give them that. You can't slack off for a second against this team. And that's what makes them dominant. That's why they're going to beat almost every under 500 team they play, because these teams just don't have the discipline for that. Now, when they go up against good teams, it still happens. Like you notice, they smack the 2 veteran teams that they have, because those guys are used to being able to take some breaks during regular season games, being on the bench extended period of time. It's not going to work with the Cavs. The Cavs play so hard, so consistently, and they can make so many shots in such a short period of time that you blink and it's a Cavalanche. This is a very, very good basketball team. I'm interested to see what they look like once we get to playoff basketball, but I'm confident they will be a good playoff team. Cavs going into this game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder with a chance to correct the record, right? I think going into this game versus the Thunder, Darius Garland, this is a huge one for him, right? Because the narrative right now with Darius is of a player who does not play well in the big moments. Now, I know the NBA has not done the best job promoting this game, but this is a big moment. This is a huge game. I don't know why this game isn't being made a bigger deal than the Celtics game earlier, but this is a bigger deal than the Celtics game earlier because you're playing a team that's just as hot as you, just as young as you, runs just as hard as you, has just as much ammunition, and is just as deep as you. And they're trying to prove something too. These are the two best records in the NBA going up against each other. These are the two best teams in the NBA going up against each other in what could very likely be a finals preview. Like, think about this. The Cavs only have 4 losses. The Oklahoma City Thunder only have 5 losses. The Boston Celtics have 10 losses. And the Boston Celtics are a legitimate championship contender. They have 10 losses. The Cavs and the Oklahoma City Thunder combined have 1 less loss than the Boston Celtics, 3 less losses than the New York Knicks and the Houston Rockets. It's incredible what these two basketball teams are doing, both with win percentages above .850. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Both coming in with double-digit win streaks. This is a huge game coming up. And we're going to talk all about it on Wednesday, obviously, and then Thursday, the day after. But super big victory for the Cavs to get to continue their win streak going into this game versus Oklahoma City. But I hope they understand getting this little rest, right? They're going to get Monday, Tuesday to rest. They got some things to clean up before they play Oklahoma City if they want to beat them. Got to take care of the ball a little bit better than they did in this contest, and they gotta get back to playing that high level defense that they were playing early on in this streak. I think it's starting to slip a little bit. I think they need to get back on top of that. But that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have a good night. Peace.